Oh my God, guys. Look at this handsome young fella. Welcome to the Productive Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Matt Brown. And today, or I should say tonight, we're having a guest I've been really, really looking forward to talk to. And one of the reasons why I made this podcast is to talk to awesome people like this. Everybody, this is Bleydar. And Bleydar, first things first, you're such a mystery to me. I don't know your last name. You're just Bleydar to me. You're just a one-named person. What is your last name to start?
Exactly.
And what? All right, great. So, what name is that? Like, my last name's Brown. So it's pretty generic. Is that where does that your last name come from?
It's Albania name. It's like
Albanian.
Lyrian.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
you are Albanian,
Yes, but I grew up in Greece.
but you grew up in Greece. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like, dude, I'm genuinely interested because I never knew that about you. So you grew up in Greece.
Yes.
So awesome. But before we get into that cool stuff, how are you doing tonight, Bleydar? How's everything?
I'm great, man. I'm excited. I'm super.
Dude, you dressed up. That was the first one to really dress up for this, and I really appreciate it here. Damn, bro, you look like $1,000,000. All right,
I am a
Bleydar.
million bucks. What are you talking about?
I love it. What have you been driving nowadays? You have one of the most fascinating Instagram stories. Are you? I swear you have a new hot rod every time I see you.
Yeah, man. I changed cars like I changed my shirt.
What are you driving nowadays, man?
It's a BMW.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How many eyes are you looking like, oh my God, I need to be in that? Or how many women are like, oh man, I need to ride with him? Or like, who is that? I'm sure it's happening to you all the time.
Yeah, but I try to avoid them because
You just riding your
you
own
know.
thing. I love it, man. This is your
Yeah.
car. You're enjoying it.
Yeah. This is mine.
I love it. All right, Bleydar. So you grew up in Greece.
Yes, sir.
I happen to know the
Yes.
Greek alphabet. I could do it right now off the top of my head.
For real?
Yeah, I could do alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lemma, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. Did I hit it?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but instead of beta, you say vita.
Oh, beta.
Yeah, because alpha vita. Because the Greeks they don't have B, they have V.
Really? That's
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, well, you could tell I was in a fraternity remembering that, but
that's great though. That's great.
dude, Greece, man. So how long what was it like growing up in Greece?
To be honest, I didn't even realize it. What I had, like, I didn't. I realized it when I came to US
Mhm.
and I went back for vacation. Then I was like, wow, shit, this is beautiful. I was living here. So I could not, because when you grow up in some place, you don't know what you have until you go outside the country. You see other places, and then you come back, and you're like,
Mhm.
wow, it's very gorgeous.
Oh, really, man? Whereabouts in Greece exactly were you at or grew up in?
Halkidiki. It's it's the second capital of Greece, Thessaloniki,
Oh,
and
okay.
Halkidiki. It's like the three fingers.
No way. How about that? When did you come to the United States?
So when I came in the United States, it was like, so in 2007, I lost my sister, and
Oh, I'm
then
sorry, man.
I was at the point where I just wanted to get the fuck away from that country.
Yeah.
I want to go away, like just go away.
Mhm.
I didn't I just wanted to go away. So it happened to come here in US through my father because he won the green card,
Okay.
and we came here like a family, and it was the worst. I thought, like, like I watched so much movies, US movies, American
Mhm.
movies, action and all that, and I thought like it's like a paradise here.
Yeah.
But when I came here, I was like, what the fuck is this place?
Oh my
It
goodness.
was like a jungle, or otherwise concrete jungle, full of people like robots, going to work every day and not even saying good morning, like I was used to. Like you go outside in Greece, they don't know you, but they're still gonna greet you like good morning, sir. Here they didn't do that.
Jeez, man.
And it was like very hard because the economy in US was going downhill.
Yeah, you came in during the Great Recession, huh?
Yeah, and we sold everything in Greece to come here. There was no way to go back anymore because we sold everything. So every dollar we had, we wasted in 1 year
Really?
because the rent was like fucking expensive. We didn't even know how to speak English, man.
Where did
Like,
you
man,
and did you settle in New York? That's where you went once you got here?
I settled in Bronx,
In the Bronx?
Pelham Bay, Pelham Bay Park,
Oh
Pelham
yeah.
Bay, and that's in my opinion is the best place in Bronx.
Hmm. My dad's
Like
from
the
the Bronx.
and it's like the cleanest place in Bronx in
Oh
Pelham Bay Park.
yeah.
But
Just greens on
for
greens,
me,
beautiful houses and stuff. Yep.
and they also have a nice park there. But for me, it was like a fucking ghetto.
Really? Why
Yeah,
is
I
that?
didn't. I didn't like it at all. Nighttime, it was like dark, no lights, nothing. The train was like coming, the sixth train. You
Hmm.
could not even sleep. I used to live close to the train. Now imagine, I came from Greece where like it was like quiet. You never heard like even buses,
Hmm.
and and you have the train passing every 10 minutes. And I used to live on
Yeah.
second floor. Man, it was like I was depressed. I wanted to go back.
I'm sure you
And then and then I started school in Lehman, East Tremont, 3000 Lehman
yeah,
High School.
right in the Bronx of the famous East Tremont Avenue.
Yeah, that school was the fucking worst.
Oh,
It
really?
was like a jail. They didn't let you have phone or MP3 back in the days, like iPod. They like, man, even snow, like the snow was like half feet snow. You had to wait in line. You had to take your belt out, and you had to like they had to scan you, just like they do in the airport.
Really?
So like in case, yeah, so you don't have knives and stuff. I mean, I understand it's for security, but you understand I came in a different mentality. Like in Greece, they don't have shit like this. They fight, but they don't fight with guns like they do here in school. So I was like, my brain was like thinking, what the fuck is this school? Is this school or is this jail? Because it was like jail, man. We had police officers inside the school. They had office, bodyguards everywhere in the school. So once you get inside the school, they didn't let you get out of the school. They only let you get out of the school only after 12:30 p.m. So basically, that shit is like jail to me.
That,
And a different system that they have here is like in Greece, we all the kids we only had one class. Like they separated us with names, with last names.
hmm.
Like whoever started with P, they were in the same class. And that's how basically we build friendship because we have the same people in the same class. And the teacher used to come to our class. Like let's say this period we have English class. Second period we have gym class or whatever.
And they
They
would come
used
to
to
you.
yeah. Here it was the opposite. Like it was like once the bell rings, you had to go to the next class.
Yeah.
And when you go to the next class, you see different people, different ages. Like I was like 16 years old, and we had a guy 18 years old. Then we had a guy 14 years old. So I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like I was like so confused, and I started like disliking it. I started skipping classes. I started like I was like, this is not for me. It was stressing me out. And then they started complaining to my parents, like, "Oh, this guy, your son has so many absence and shit." And I was like, "Fuck you all." And another time, another thing that I remember is I went to a class 1 minute late. 1 minute late. They called me outside. Like all the students was inside the class. And I was 1 minute late. The security called me and they sent me to fucking detention. I don't know what they call it. I guess what they did.
What
They
they
gave
do?
me like a penalty. Like I had to stay after school.
Yeah. So detention like
I don't
that.
know. Yeah, like stay out after school in a class, like a punishment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I ignored it. I kept ignoring it because I was like, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
And then they started threatening me for a fucking minute, bro.
Really?
Like,
Well,
I was the nicest kid in that fucking school. I was like quiet. I didn't want trouble with nobody.
and they still treat you like shit.
Yeah. And then I started ignoring it, and then they came and threatened me. So what? Guess what I did? I'm like, okay, whatever. It's just 1 hour. You had to wait like 1 hour after school.
Yeah.
And basically it was nothing. You just stay in the class, they lock you inside, and then you just they turn the TV and then you watch something so the time passes. So that's what I did. My parents started worrying. They started looking everywhere. They even called the cops, man. They came
Really?
to school, they came to my school, and then they started like calling my name in the speaker. But in the room that I was in, there was no, you could not hear, only in the hallway. And also we had the TV. And when they found out, like parents, they get worried. Like,
Of course.
fuck, I'm in a foreign country. They don't know
Yeah.
what happened to me.
They weren't aware of what detention was.
That too, yeah. So so they got pissed off so much because like this doesn't. It's just stupid. At least Colin, but I didn't have the phone. Back in the days, you know what kind of phone? We had the phones with
The flip
the
phone.
the, the rich kids. They had the phone with the buttons, like BlackBerry, if you remember.
Yeah, you
Or
remember the
there was,
Sidekick? They had those two.
yeah,
Mhm.
that phone. Everybody had that phone. I didn't even have the phone
Mm.
because I didn't have. Like it
Yeah.
was like difficult times for me back at that time. Even my parents, they barely had the phone. So because the phones here, they didn't have the SIM. They were like a Verizon, like I don't know. You had to have a membership.
Yeah.
And back in the days, it was like kind of like you get stuck with 2 years, some
You had
shit
like a
like that. Like
certain number of minutes and stuff before, like
yeah,
before the
yeah. So
iPhone and
so I didn't have. So my parents got very very worried, and then they started complaining like, "What is this?" But my parents didn't speak English either, like very well. And then I had the cousin that came and explained to them like, "Yo, you guys can do this. You have to let the parents know what's going on." And when they found out why they detained me, like detained,
yeah, why they
like
made you stay
policies
after
after
school.
school for one fucking minute. My parents, like, instead of telling me why did you do that, they looked at me like, man, this school is like fucking like jail.
This
And
freaking
then
school.
yeah, and then I struggled for like 2 years in that fucking place.
Yeah.
I started getting depressed, like I started getting sick. Like, I locked myself in the house. I started stopping going to school because I was like, I'm fed up with this shit.
Yeah.
I want to go back. And then I went back, and I stayed in Greece for 3 months. I met my friends, I recharged my batteries, and then I came back. And when I came back, I moved to New Jersey.
I see. I
That's the
see.
best. That's the best thing I ever did. Like, with my family, because we came together. That was like so healing to me, because over there it was more quiet. Like it was not like a chaos like in Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
It was like more, like the
More relaxed and
environment was,
chill.
yeah, and the environment was way different. Then I started working to in the Burger King. I started
Oh, you worked at Burger
flipping
King?
burgers. Yeah, I was the best man there. Everybody there was getting paid 7.25,
Hmm.
and they were working there for years.
Mm.
Imagine. And I just
Yeah,
came there in few months. I started getting 8.25 because
and they
like
were pissed.
I never say no. Like when they told me to do something, I did it. Like they
Yeah,
told me to clean the tables, I did it. The people there, they were lazy. They weren't doing shit. But it's understandable because if they paying you 7.25, why should you do it? I learned that later. Like in the beginning, I was like, man, I came here to work. I don't care. Like stop
of course.
complaining.
You
Either
really.
work or not. Yeah, but then later, like after 9 months, I realized like, what the fuck I'm doing?
Mhm.
Like like the more you say no, the more they were stepping on me.
Really?
So I was like, no, fuck this. And then I started doing Dash. I used to like DoorDash today.
Yeah.
Back in the like 4 or 5 years ago, I used to call Dash.
It was just called Dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like just the beginning. They were trying it, and
So
they
your
they hired
original
me like
Door
directly.
Dasher. So you.
Yeah, I used to like this guy who hired me. He was the manager, and he came from Boston. That's where they started this business. Dash. That's the name. Now I think DoorDash bought it, and then they changed it to DoorDash. I don't know. So this guy hired me. He was a very nice guy, and we didn't have the phones or the apps. We had like a walkie-talkie. Yeah, it was like a walkie-talkie, and then but it was
Give me my
also like a
burger.
phone.
Over. Mhm.
Yeah, it was like a phone too. So I started working with that, and I started making good money. They were tipping nice. It was nice job. And then I started. Then somebody offered me a security job, and then I was like, okay, let me try it. And then since I started working security, I met a lot of people. I did
Yeah.
security penthouse. I did party security, bodyguards,
Yeah.
club, doorman. I did everything, man. And then I went to, where I met you too. I worked there
Yes.
2 years, 3 years.
Yes. That's where you met. When I was working at Nice Shoes, you were working.
Yeah,
We were working the Flatiron District, and you worked in the same building as me, and that's how we became
yeah,
homies. And we still text every. Talk to you
of
like once a
course,
week, and now we are here for it. So I really appreciate our friendship for that.
of course, bro. And then if it was not for this fucking Corona shit,
Mhm.
we will even go out and have a few drinks and
Oh
shit.
my God, Bleydar.
Yeah,
I definitely want to go out with you specifically.
I know, but we can't go nowhere because fucking everything is closed. I
It's
told you,
taking forever.
remember?
Dude, you were one of the first. I
Yeah.
talked to you a lot, especially when the city was getting shut down and stuff, and you were giving me the updates. And how do
Yeah.
you feel it's been since? I mean, now we're 7 months in. It seems like we still have a while to go. How are you adjusting to working in the city during this pandemic?
I think it's getting better.
You do?
Except the restaurant, like in Koreatown, I walk there every morning and every afternoon. They started building like a permanent, the tents that they have
Yeah,
outside.
they're
They
starting to
started
build
like
those.
yeah, nice. I guess because of the rain and the snow. Before they only had tents, but right now they put in wood.
Yeah,
They're building it nice, like a cabin.
man,
But it's getting better.
I just wonder how many are going to make it through the winter. I hope there's a plenty there's still left, and like I said,
Well, I think if the Democrats win the presidency,
Mhm.
they're gonna pump money. They're gonna pass. Like they're gonna
Get some more stimulus checks out here.
yeah, and then they're gonna like keep pushing it because right now Trump is like he was not a believer. He was like saying this is scam. This is like a hoax until he got it himself.
Yeah, right.
And I guess he still keeps saying that is a hoax.
And he's still, oh my
And
God.
so yeah, who knows? And then hopefully, but I think it's we are in the beginning, like the first 3 months, it was like very bad because we didn't know what to do, how to react. But
Yeah, I would
after,
text you all the time, like, yo, what's going on, man? What are we gonna
yeah,
do?
and then the protests. But New York is like tough. We don't. This
Of
is like
course.
easy. We come on. We can. We're number one. We are the best city in the world.
Yes, bro.
Except except I hope this De Blasio, the mayor of New York, I hope he loses because he sucks.
Definitely. I've
The
never
whole
heard.
city, the whole city is full of garbage and full of homeless sleeping everywhere. It's like a war zone. Like just walk early morning, it's like a war zone
Oh, yeah.
because he doesn't do nothing about the homeless people. He just like when it's cold, he takes all of them in the street and he puts them in a nice hotel, 5 stars hotel, 4 stars hotel, and the city pays like 400,000 a day just to keep them inside instead of building them like a shelter or something like or affordable houses.
I know it
Or
seems. Oh, you were saying?
like last week last weekend I was in Philadelphia.
Yep. Okay, you're in
That
Philly.
city was mad clean. Not only was clean, but the homeless people, they were not sleeping in the streets. They had them in the park in the tent because they are not allowed to sleep on the street. That's what they need to do in New York. But de Blasio sucks. He only gets paid. He wastes our tax dollars, and he's not doing nothing.
And he just eats pizza with the fork too. Oh man, dude,
Yeah,
like,
that's not New York. He's not. I don't think he's original New Yorker.
bro, far from it. You could tell that he doesn't have that great. I mean, I miss the
You don't.
city a
You,
lot.
you just don't eat pizza with a fork.
No, you don't, bro. You gotta fold it
Yeah,
up and take it in.
even even if you try, even if you trying to be like like professional, you still don't eat it with a fork. It doesn't make sense.
It's disrespectful, man. Yeah, I miss the city so much. I was working there for 5 straight years, and then this happened. Still applying, finding some more jobs I qualify for, but I'm just can't wait to go back. And one of the reasons why I made this podcast until I get back in there, and yeah, I just can't
It's
wait to come back,
experience.
man. For sure, man. So
It's experience, and also I believe in you.
oh, dude, that really means a lot.
This is like the beginning.
Oh, far from
This is
it.
like the beginning.
I mean, no, sorry, not far from it. Definitely, we're going far with it, and you're coming with me on that
Exactly.
journey, Bleydar. Your support
Of
really means a lot
course.
to me, and yeah, like I'm ready to go.
I've been starting businesses and shit online and failing, but it doesn't matter how many times you fail. What matters is not giving up because it only takes one time.
One time and one
It
person to
just takes
believe in you.
exactly. And you
That's
need to believe in yourself like your fucking religion. Once you do that,
absolutely.
nobody can stop you.
That's your biggest fan, and people are going to throw you down. Some
Exactly.
people are going to doubt you. You need to be your biggest
Because
fan.
exactly because nobody like for example for me, I have a nice job right now. Nobody will even think that I will be doing this job. Like my father does this job. He was doing this for a long time. And guess what? Now I'm doing what he's doing. And he
Excellent.
never believed in me. So your own people don't believe in you.
But look, you
But
proved
you
them
have to
wrong.
exactly. And
Which
that's
job
not
is
the
that,
only
by the
thing.
way?
I'm just gonna keep going up, man, because that's the plan. Never give up, keep being hungry, and that's it.
And that's why you're driving
And
a
I'm proving it every
BMW, right?
day.
You're driving a
Yeah,
BMW because you don't give up.
bro. My first car was Audi A3, A4 Cabrio, the white one that I have in the the throwback picture.
Yeah, no fucking way.
Now, now, just like the people here in this country, the parents they buy their kids like a car when they become 16 years old. The majority.
Exactly.
For me, I had to work for it because I know my father, my parents don't have that much money. They were working hard, so I'm just like, don't expect anything from nobody, just yourself, and that's
Uh,
how you have to do it.
That's why you're rocking the
After the
great
Audi,
coat and with that car.
yeah, after the Audi, I bought a Charger.
Mm-hmm.
You probably seen it. I'm not sure. After the Charger, I bought a Golf GTI. So basically, and now I have a BMW.
Oh
So
my God.
basically, if you seen the cars, there's a pattern. What I'm basically the reason why I buy those cars, I'm not buying them for show off or shit. I'm buying them because when I was a kid, I dreamed about them. So like growing up, I said, what the fuck? Why I'm not doing nothing? Like what happened to your dreams? Bam. That's when I snapped and I started buying every car that I dreamed of. Like
Dude.
when I was a kid, I was like, I want to buy this car. When I grow up, I want to buy this car. When I grow up, I want to buy this car. And now I'm fucking buying them. So basically, what I'm doing is like, let's say I have a list of my dreams when I was like a little kid. So I'm just like checking on them.
Damn, Bleydar.
And that's basically what I'm doing.
You're really living the
I was
American
born
dream,
poor,
man.
but I would die rich.
I love it, bro. Can I
And
ask you,
yeah,
so like you said, you are an immigrant. You're from another country. And
yes,
right now,
American.
immigration. Hmm?
Right now, I'm American
Yeah.
citizen.
You are an American citizen?
Of course,
Oh, man. When did you become a citizen?
2014.
That's amazing, Bleydar. Well, congratulations
Yeah,
even on that. Now 6 years rolling. That's really
yeah.
impressive, man. I must say, Blader, you really live in the American dream from going to another country. You're buying these luxury
I have a lot.
cars.
I have a lot of haters, man.
Can I
They
ask you
just
though?
they be like, this motherfucker came out of nowhere. He took my job. It's
But
not
you
my
worked
fault. Like
for it.
I earned it. I did not steal anything. Everything I have, I earned it. I work hard for it.
That's what I do. I could tell as soon as I met you, you had that spark. Can I ask you though, Bladar? Coming from another country, what should more people be aware of as somebody who was an immigrant now as an American citizen? What is something people who are natives of this country, what should they be aware of when it comes to immigration as someone who pulled it off and is still pulling it off? You know what I mean?
The people that will come here, or the people that been here.
The people that have been here and like they see the people who have come here, what should they know about from somebody who comes to this country? What should they know?
I see. So basically, they need to travel more
Travel more.
because, like I told you before, when I was live, I had no idea what I have, like where I'm living.
Yeah.
Over there is like paradise. I had to to go to another country to realize that. So basically, they don't need to travel because traveling is expensive, but they can travel to another state, for example. They can just go on a road trip, see something,
Mm-hmm.
and when they see something, they gain knowledge, experience, and when they go back, they be like, I want to do that. Nobody's stopping them to do that.
You know
I know friends that have never ever visited New Jersey jet, and they live in Brooklyn.
what? Really? They've never
So
gone to this other state.
and he been living like 30 years in New York,
Never went to New Jersey.
and you can tell he's like close-minded because he has not seen anything. The only thing he sees is like the TV. But if you don't experience it yourself, you will never realize. Like you will be stuck. It's kind of like you will be stuck in a box.
Right.
They need to think outside the box.
It does
So
seem
it's like, in my opinion, it's like experience, and the more they gain experience.
Do you feel that
And just like they want something, go for it.
That's what I'm saying. I always go for that.
Yes.
I can't live with what ifs anymore, so I always just go for it. Whether it relates to this podcast, work life, dating life,
And
I always
something
go for
else,
it.
and that's what I like about it. And that's why I keep people like you around me.
Hmm.
I told you before, like, I used to work in the building every morning. When I used to see sad faces, I was like, why are you sad? And they'd be like, oh, it's fucking Monday. Did you wake up? Yes, that's it. You're
Exactly.
blessed. There are people that don't even have drink. They don't even have drinking water. They don't have legs. They can wake up. They die
Yeah.
the next day.
Some people don't. Some people are deaf. Some people can't see. It's
Yeah, so they should be thankful every fucking day they wake up. They should be thankful.
you know what really helped me realize that, and especially like get to know people and all people, no matter what obstacles they have in their life, that made me really appreciate and shows that everybody matters no matter where they come from and what they are. I grew up with a friend, this dude named Evan. I really don't know his last name. Oh, it's Brace. This kid Evan, right? He didn't have a hand. He had a right hand, but his left hand wasn't developed, so he had a nub on his hand. And that was like my
Oh,
family
I
friend
see. I
growing
have a
up. You have a friend like that too?
shout out to Julio.
Shouts to
Yeah,
Julian.
and
Um,
very positive, and I have so many experiences with him. Like when I say experiences, adventures. We did a lot of crazy shit with him.
I love it, bro.
He even
Yeah,
he even he even drive like that.
and he really.
And his brother has birthday today. Happy birthday to Marcus.
Oh no way! Happy birthday to Marcos. And
Yeah,
yeah, but the guy just had so much energy, and I never really saw it as weird.
yeah.
I just thought it was different, and maybe because I was just so young, like we would hang out at 3, 4 years old. But he was one of the funniest people I've ever met, and I have met. I haven't seen Evan in a good 5 years, and I don't have any. He has no social media, and I hope that I can see him again. Him and his brother Dan. Like that was me and my brothers would so look forward
I,
to seeing them because they were just so funny to be around.
I I will drop you some truth to that. Like usually the funniest people and the people that have this too much energy, usually they know what pain means.
Yeah,
They know they were hurt for they I'm pretty sure at some point in their life they said why I was born like this.
hmm
But later they realize that, hey, and they are the first one that can be like, I'm happy to be alive, I'm happy to
absolutely.
walk, because it can be worse.
Yeah. And that's what Evan taught me. He, despite his obstacle with his hand, he still had a great spirit. I really hope I can see him again because I really loved hanging out with him as a kid and a few times when we were teenagers.
Yeah,
And I hope
I grew
he's
I,
well, man.
I grew up with a friend like that too.
So yeah, I haven't forgot about
he,
him. So
he has just like you said, in Greece we call it kulos, and then it's like basically it looks like a teeth,
oh
like a
yeah,
boob. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He doesn't get mad because we grew up like that. He knows, he has accepted. The first thing you need to do, you need to accept yourself the way you are.
yeah.
I had the problem like this too when I was like growing up. I used to call myself ugly.
You're not ugly, man.
Yeah, that's like what the fucking mind plays with you,
Definitely.
and that can put you in can depress you, can make you like feel bad, can make you feel sad, and can make you like lose that confidence. I used to be like shy, and then I was like, growing up, experiencing shit. I was like, yo, I have to accept myself. If you don't love yourself, don't expect other people to love you. So that's what
Yeah.
I did. I started loving myself. Then all the people around started loving me too. for the person I am.
Well, you deserve that, love, man.
Yep.
Oh, we still got you. Don't worry. That's how I really learned that a lot, especially growing up, and especially I learned that in college. To love yourself, you can't love anyone. No one's gonna love you if you don't love yourself. And just going through a lot of embarrassing
Exactly.
moments, times of people I get made fun of and put down a lot, but I really started just twisting it to make them laugh. And I learned, like, why am I gonna let this random ass dude who I won't know years later try to put me down? And I just really made funny
Exactly.
experiences for it. And
I was like that too. I had to fight to earn my respect, like punches and shit. My face was full of blood in high school, in high school years.
really,
Because, like it was different times. Like and I was from Albania, and like just because I was from a neighbor country, they used to hate me. Same thing they do here in US for the black people. They hate them for no reason, just because of the color. Well, they used to hate me because I was a neighbor. And everywhere you go, in every country, it's like this. Like, for example, you have Americans hating on Mexicans
mm-hmm.
because they are. You have the Turks fighting with Greeks
Yeah,
just because they have. You have the Pakistan fighting with Indians and Ukrainian fighting
Palestine
with.
and Israel.
Yeah, it's that everywhere is like this. It's like politics.
Oh, politics, man.
Yeah. That it's not just the people. Like every baby that is born, it's not born racist. They grow up like that.
Yes, it's inherited. Racism is inherited. Prejudice is
Exactly.
inherited.
And that's until they get educated.
Yeah.
Now that person that now that I remember, when I was like in the elementary school, I was like in third grade or something like that. I remember a kid. He used to grab my book bag, and throw it in the garbage.
Why, bitch?
Because he was like a racist. Like, but I don't think he was a racist. I think because he used to see his brothers doing shit, so he copied that. I didn't have brothers. I had sisters, but I had cousins. So it was not the point like being afraid of him. I didn't give a damn about him. But when he grew up, I met him again in a different school because in Greece we used to be like elementary schools in some towns. Like, let's say our school was in New Jersey, and the main school where all the kids go together, because it's like a town. It's not like a city like here. Mm-hmm. We had the main school in kind of like the capital of that place.
Yes.
So I met him again. He was a completely different person, because basically he grew up with people like from my country.
So, and then you got a new appreciation for you and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's just when they're kids, when they're babies, they see whatever they see, they do, and they say. Myself too. Like I used to, I even 5 years old, when I was 5 years old, I used to know every bad word. Everything I used to learn in the street, I used to like say it too. Mm-hmm. And that's how it is.
This is how it is,
and that's man. Bad, but what can you do?
Definitely, man. Yo, so let's you told me you went to Niagara Falls recently.
Oh.
What'd you do there?
Yeah, I went recently, but
you get in trouble.
Basically, no. I promised my mom that I will take you on a road trip there. So it was kind of like a surprise. I didn't tell her. I told her that we're going to Albany. Basically, she never been to Albany either. So she kept saying, "Why so far? Why so far?" So I was driving for 6 hours. So after we went close to Buffalo, I'm like, Buffalo is next to Albany, so we will go to Buffalo and then we will go around. So once I went close to Buffalo, then she see the sign Niagara. I'm like, she looks at me, she's like, "Oh, we're going to Niagara?" I'm like, "Yes, we're already here." Yeah, so it was beautiful. I only went I went another time with my friend who came from Greece. So there was like the first time it was the best because we it was like on plan, just spontaneous. Like let's go there. I look at him. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. So we just went. 7 a.m. in the morning. I went and picked him up in Queens, and we went there. It was like icy. It was like cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there to the American side, and they had it closed because slippery ice. So we could not see anything. So we look in the other side, and you can see the tower.
Yes.
So in our mind, we are thinking that that's Toronto
Mm-hmm.
because we never been to Toronto, but we know the tower. So that's Toronto. I look at him like, yeah, let's go there. So we did. Went in the other side. We chilled there. Like we spent 2 hours exploring the city. Nice city, by the way, beautiful. We went to the aquarium. We went to the tower too. And then we're thinking like it's Toronto. So we went to eat some pizza. And somebody there, like we had a conversation. And that's when we realized that was not Toronto, that was Niagara Falls, but the Canada side. So we are like, and where the fuck is Toronto then? This is not Toronto. Where is Toronto? And they were like, oh, you have to go 100 kilometers away because over there in Canada they have kilometers. They don't have miles.
Metric system.
Yeah, it's like Europe.
How
Europe
much?
style.
How much is
So,
that in miles? 100 kilometers.
I
Just
think
curious.
60 miles.
Okay, so like an hour.
Yeah, it was like 1 hour. It was not that far. So I look at my friend. He looks at me. We're like, let's go. I mean, since we're already here, why not? It was like 1 hour away. So we did. But before, like we went like 3 miles away,
Mm-hmm.
our phone died. Like the service. We didn't have service.
Oh, no American service now at this point.
Yeah. So guess what we did?
What'd you do?
We were thinking first, what should we do? What should we do? Because the Google map was not working. So we were like, we are in a country. We never been here. Like this is the first time. We don't want to get
you're
lost.
in a whole new country.
Canada is big. We didn't want to get lost. So what we did, we came back to Niagara Falls. We remember there was a Starbucks. So we went inside. We got a coffee. We just got the coffee because we want the password. They didn't give you the Wi-Fi password. So what we did, we downloaded the maps, the Google Maps.
Genius.
Once we did that, yeah, because we started thinking about it. So once we download the Google Maps, we started going to Toronto. And once we arrived in Toronto, man, that city was gorgeous.
Oh man, well, what did you do out there?
We just went. We checked the city. We stayed in the hotel for the night, and then the next day we explored more. We went to the tower too, to the real tower.
You went to the real tower.
Yeah, and we saw some crazy people like walking outside the tower. I'm like, hell no, we're not doing this. That's like too much. It was like too much adrenaline for that. Plus, It was icy and windy. So I'm like, but it was like a gorgeous experience. I want to go there again. And what I loved about Toronto is like every little lake they had. Basically, it's not like in Manhattan where you have to pay to skate.
Yeah.
Over there, it's like free.
Just go and get your skates and go. They love their hockey and figure skating.
Yes, and they so I love that. And yes, it was a gorgeous city. Next time I want to go in Montreal and Toronto.
Oh man, people love Montreal who go there. They say it's pretty much like a European city over there.
Yes. So that's why I love it, because I grew up in Europe. So that's the system. It's just like France, Greece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Italy. That's what I love, because I was used with the miles, with the degrees. So I'm like, the fuck is 70 degrees? Put it there like in Celsius so I can understand it.
Yeah, you can understand both, huh? How about that?
Now, yes. But before I was like confused.
Yo, like, vibing on that, you said, English wasn't your first language.
No, my first language it was Albania, because that's, when you are a baby, you were born in a country. You are like, your brain is like a magnet. Like,
Mm.
let's say you can be born here in US, and your parents can be like, let's say, Russian,
Hmm.
and you leave the country, and then you come back here,
Hmm.
bam, you catch everything like this. I have a
Really?
friend, he was born here, but he went back to Albania to live there. He grew up in Albania, and he came here 3 months ago, and bam, he catch every English like very very quickly.
Really?
It's like it's like he already knew, even though he never lived here, because he left when he was a baby.
Was English hard for you to learn, or did you get the hang of it pretty good? I mean, you speak really great English, so
For
um,
me, it was hard. I learned English mostly from the street.
really.
What I tried to do, I tried to avoid staying with people from my country. And what helped me to learn more English, it was not school. It was the games that I used to play online.
Really?
So
Well,
basically, we used to play like a multiplayer strategy games, and everybody was from different country. So we when we did like diplomacy, like case fire, not fight anymore with alliances and shit, you had to use English.
oh
So that's
man.
how that's how I learned. Yeah,
Do you
it's like
remember what games though that
playing
you
games.
played? You remember what games you played that helped you learn English?
Yes, Sci-Fi. I played that year 7 years, my friend. It's called Sci-Fi. And I also played Dark Orbit.
Dark Orbit. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like that
Yeah,
game. Look at that.
yeah. I used to,
Look how
but now it's like,
you look how far you've came from it. You've made it,
yeah.
man.
And when I was 5 years old, my second language was Italian.
Oh, you speak Italian? No way.
I used to,
Oh, okay.
but when I immigrated to Greece, man, I had a hard time. Like, 5 years old, walking in the fucking mountains at nighttime. The first time we got arrested with my family, they throw us in jail.
What? They threw you in
I
jail?
swear, yeah.
You were in jail at five
My
years
whole
old.
family,
The whole
my ha-
fam.
my, yeah.
Look, you
My
got.
father was stuck in a jail with 40 older men, and me, because I was like 5 years old, they just let me walk around the jail.
But you were
Me and
still
my
in the
sister.
jail, and
Yeah,
you would just walk around. Oh, what?
yeah. And I remember seeing, like, they give me a croissant, because when I was a little kid, so they give me like a croissant. But the men that they had in jail, they didn't even give them water. They were there for like 2 days. So,
And this
because,
was just because you were in a place you weren't supposed to be in.
yeah, please.
Wow. Oh,
So
and
because I remember it like today. I went to my father's jail, and I gave him a croissant to eat, because in 2 days we're hungry, man, and
of
we were
course.
walking like 100 miles with like food, five members of the family, like my sisters, my mom, and my father. We walked like fucking rivers after rivers in the cold, in the nighttime, and then
And you
when
were
I
walking
gave
from
him one,
Albania
yeah,
to Greece. You on foot. You got there, and then you
yes,
were going in an area where you're not supposed to, and you get arrested. The whole family.
yes, but here's the thing: when somebody snitched on us, they saw us, because fucking racist. What you expect? So they
Yeah.
saw us, and then they called the cops. And the cops, SUV pulled up. They saw us like, like a family all together, like scared, because it's normal. And I was crying. I was like crying a lot, and because I was scared. I didn't know what's gonna happen with us.
Yeah.
So the guy, the cop, he wanted to let us go. He felt bad.
Hmm.
he really wanted to let us go. But when another SUV came back, and he's like, "What you guys doing?" I remember I didn't speak Greek at that time, but the words are stuck in my brain. The bad guy, he was a bald head, like he didn't have the hair. He told the other cop, "What you guys waiting for? Take them in, take them in."
That's what they said.
And
And then you remember those words, even to this day, you remember those words vividly.
I was crying, and the guy, he gave me the, Maria, the mother of Jesus,
Yeah.
and he told me, "Don't cry," but in Greek words. I didn't know what those words mean, but he showed me with the finger the picture that he gave me. It's like kind of like this, something like this.
Yeah, picture of
And
Jesus'
there was
mother.
a sign like Maria was crying, and he showed me, "Don't cry, don't cry." I didn't realize what that means. I learned later because we tried again, the second time. So after they deported us, because when you want something so bad, because Albania was like disaster
Yeah.
after the war and the fucking civil war and shit. The economy crashed. They stole the gold, the criminals, mafia and shit. It was like you could not survive there. You could not live there. It was so bad. So we tried again because there was no other way.
And you would
It was
and
like
you would
do
do
or
this on
die.
foot too. You would do this on foot.
Yeah, but this time we tried from Skopje. So we went to Skopje with a bus. Then we took a taxi until nearby the border, and then from the mountains, about 100 kilometers.
And
That's a lot.
and you made
That's
it like that.
a,
Man, Bleydar. And so after you get deported, you make that 100 kilometer trip, and then you're there. That's where you settled from Greece after that.
no. So basically, we had where to go. We were not going blind. We were going to my father's cousin. It
Okay.
was like then you could take a bus and go there because nobody will be like, "Do you have papers or shit like that?" So we found a guy. He was like a Chinese Greek, old guy, old man.
That's a combo.
He gave us water. He used to live in a tree, like his house was like a half tree,
Really?
like a
So
half
it was a literal tree house.
exactly. And he used to love living like that. And then he used to know karate.
Mm-hmm.
His son left him. He was in China or some country like in Asia country. I don't remember very well.
Yeah.
And he used to miss him. And he promised me. He told me, "Stay. Let me." He told my father to let me live with him, and he will give me like the land, the car, everything, because
Because
he was living there alone.
he missed his son, and you reminded him that you were
Yeah,
his son.
he saw that to me. Yeah, I
Wow.
remember he used to have like white hair, like a master, like a sensei.
He was a legit sensei.
Like you see in the movies.
Like, yeah, like in Kill Bill,
Like
for
the
instance. You seen Kill Bill?
yeah, with white hair, long
Hatari
hair. He
Hanzo?
was
Like,
like
you mean
that.
like that? Okay.
Yeah, like Chinese movies. And he had the Tripuro, like a liquid. He used
Yeah.
to make it himself. And he had a bunch of land there, like a lot. He was like a rich. He promised he had a house in the city too, but he didn't like to live in the city. He liked to live in the
He liked to live off the
in
grid, is what they say.
yeah, the way he was living. So I really appreciate because the water he gave us was like saving, like it saved our lives. So my father told me no, because we could not stay there. We had to go to my father's cousin.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. But years later, I regret not staying there. But I could not. I didn't have the choice. Not because of the land or anything like that. But the guy was like how should I say? The guy was he was a very nice person. He was speaking Greek, but he didn't seem to me like Greek because he was like a Chinese, but rich in mentality, rich in mindset, and he I don't know, I still remember him today.
That man was he saved your life. He saved your family's life. That
Yeah, he gave us water and he gave us food, and he also gave us a ride with his I still remember his car, like a very very old car. He didn't even drive it. He turned it on just for us. He crossed us. He put us in the city, the big city. We drive like about 30 miles. Then we hop in the bus, and then from the bus we went there. And then we used to live like 6 months in the houses that they use here in US when they go for camping.
yeah, cabins and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were living there five, like me, my sisters, and my father, my mother, and a very very small place for like 6 months.
You lived in a literal cabin in the woods.
Yeah, in the woods. Yeah,
And then where did you
in
go
the
from the cabin?
baboon. They were like baboon, not baboons. I don't know what they call it. But yeah, it's like woods. It was like struggle. You could not even take a shower. You had to take a shower with the cold water.
You had no choice. And
No, yeah. So
how did
that
you
was that was
and how did you eat?
right there. We used to eat salad. We used to
Just a
make
lot of
salad.
salad, just a lot of salad stuff.
Spam. I still remember the spam today. You know the
Spam.
spam?
Yes. Spam and
It's like
salads, huh?
yeah, and cheese. So
And that's what you lived off of for 6 months.
that. Yeah, it was like a real struggle. Then we found a house because they used to hate us. Like everywhere you used to go to look for a house, you cannot get the house because they were like, "Oh, he has kids. He's gonna make noise. He's gonna destroy stuff." So they like, if I am a owner,
Hmm.
like if I have a house and you come with kids to live, I'm not gonna say no because you have kids.
You
Like
you 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 would be a true guy to say that you'd be that special angel out there because
you have to.
you wouldn't be in this position. You wouldn't be talking to me if it wasn't for a kind man who didn't have to help you.
Yeah,
He decided to help you and save you and shelter you.
I had a lot of people that helped me, and I'm very grateful for everyone and everybody, and
And
even my teachers.
so and then just so after you go from the cabin and then you finally find the house and that's where you settle with Greece or in Greece.
That was like temporary too. We only stayed there for like a year,
Okay.
and then back in the days it was like very bad. Like the police used to arrest a lot of people. Like they used to. It's not like US. In US, the police don't have a right to ask you if you have papers or not. Over there, they did. They used to stop you. They used to ask you for if you have documents or anything. But because when you are with the family, it's easier to do the paperwork, the working visa. So that's what we did. And after that, we had an opportunity to go and live in a house where we used to take care of an old lady, and we used to
Okay.
live for free. So that helped us a lot. And after that, we moved to a different place where like that's where we settled for good.
Oh man, Bleydar. First off, thank you for sharing that with me. Your story really touched me, and especially I know anyone listening to this really, really appreciates what you shared with us.
Life is a battle.
I mean, what you said is one of the bravest things I've ever heard. One of the most inspirational, and I think I really listening to that. The importance of helping people, even strangers. Sometimes we do need
So
to depend on the kindness of strangers like that. And
that is the reason when I can help somebody, I do it, and I don't expect them to return that back because I know I will get that back in a different way. Because the energy, like what you spread outside, it will come back to you.
Yeah.
And the same mentality, and I also say this to everybody, what you think you become. So if you wanna be something, think something positive. Because I feel like I've seen this many times. Like the people that think positive, they're happy. And the people that think negative, they are more negative and more sad. So if you're gonna choose one of them, may as well choose being positive. And I have blocked a lot of people around me, like friends, cousins. Oh,
Bless
excuse
you,
me.
bro.
See, it's true. I have blocked a lot of cousins, a lot of friends, a lot of relatives, just because of that. I don't like, I love them. When I see them, I'm gonna give them their hand. I'm gonna hug them. I'm gonna talk to them. But I don't like their negativity. You wanna be negative? Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't bring it to me. I've been, like I told you, I've been through fucking hell. I've
That
been hell and back.
you really
I don't
did.
want it.
I have to say too, after the story, you really gained my respect for that, because I know a lot of people who would just collapse. Like, I mean, can I say this too, Bleydar? In America specifically now, especially probably a lot of people around our age group or any person, when you see just how selfish some people are, especially in like the world of social media today, and you just see like how so many people take it for granted, and you and your family, like I had to escape war-torn countries. I had to see my father in jail. I was in jail. And I have people complaining about
5 years
just trying
old.
to get you. I have people who are fucking complaining about just getting notice on social media. But you actually had a fucking battle, your whole family, and you survived. I mean, how does that does it frustrate you to see how some selfish people are when people go through much worse shit and and have battles?
They sometimes they see me driving nice cars, they see me traveling around here and there and seeing nice places and wearing nice shoes and nice shirts and shit like that, and they think like, oh, this guy is like paradise. But they really don't know who I am. They really don't know what I've been through. They don't know. And it's just not me. It's not only me. It's a lot of people out there that you see them smiling and living life and doing whatever they can, and having fun, and then I can relate to them. Like I see them and I know those guys, don't judge them, because you don't know what they've been through to get to that point.
Right.
And then the people that never try, they never had hardship, they don't realize that. So they will be the first ones to point the fingers and be like, look at him. But they don't really know what that person been through. So I don't mind it, because I've been like this. Like when they start thinking like that, being selfish and shit, I'd be like, when you walk to my shoes with the same, then you're gonna realize what I've been through.
Man,
They
like
will
you
not even
said.
last. They will not even fucking last a minute.
I mean,
And I've been through that shit when I was 5 years old.
5 years
And
old,
then
you went through that.
I see those people rapping and shit, like acting like gangsters and shit. Man, I remember growing up in my house in Albania. I had more bullets in my house than bread, than food,
You had more
because
bullets in your house than bread.
it was so poor. We were like so poor, man. My father was like a 4-star, 3-star first captain in a heavy artillery, but it was like a fucking communist shit country. They didn't pay much, and like it was like bad. And after 1997, the whole thing collapsed.
And you just
There
had
was
to get
no,
out. You had no
yeah,
choice. You just had to start running.
exactly. So that's what we did. We got arrested. We got deported. We tried again. So and this is like a good lesson to me. Like, never give up. Like, it's not easy. Like, people think that success or whatever you want to achieve in life, they think it's like straight lines. No, straight line. You can be like, I feel lucky, but there's no such thing. You're always gonna, if you wanna do something in life, you're gonna fall, because if you don't fall, you will never learn to stand up. And this is like also a lesson when you learn this lesson when you are a baby. Nobody is born walking. To learn to walk, you gotta fall. And the more you fall, the more experience you get. So next time when you try again, you are closer to success.
Wow, that hits here. It really does, Bleydar. Like I I mean, words can't describe my appreciation for what you said, not with your stories and just very important information and very important advice we all have to live for, that we remember beyond this podcast and throughout the rest of our life. Like it you really, I mean, I really, really appreciate a lot what you're saying. It really is why I mean, I think it's why we're such good friends, because um we have the same mentality to really never give up, and you really lived a life to prove why you do it. I mean, I don't, none of my obstacles are even close to what you and your family had to go
And
through.
and something else that I keep telling like all my friends and everybody, like because life, sometimes you can never be happy every day. Sometimes you're gonna feel bad. Sometimes you're gonna feel like in a bad mood. I keep telling everybody, you know what really gonna help you, like, cheer yourself up? Think about the kids in Africa that they don't even have shoes to walk.
Yeah.
And then look at yourself. And then if you have a brain, you're gonna realize that, what the fuck, why the fuck I'm complaining? I should be happy.
You are absolutely right. Just be happy that you're breathing and waking up.
Exactly.
And I hope that at least if we could get one person who hears this and maybe can remember the lessons you've taught us and the stories you've told, and hopefully then we got the point of why we're doing this whole podcast in the first place, and
Exactly. And
why we keep people, why we keep important, real, genuine people around, because they can help pick us back up.
yes, and that's why it's funny, because you remember Victor. You probably know Victor.
Victor, of course I remember Victor, man. I
Yes.
love that
I
guy.
I used to. I Every time he was like stressful, every time he was like mad, he was sad.
And by
He
the way,
was like,
just for the audience, Victor worked in the same building as all of us as well. Awesome.
yeah, he's a very nice guy. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, he was like complaining about everything. Like he was mad, sad. So, but he's like positive. It's just sometimes when he get pissed off, he was like, like getting mad and sad, and So I keep telling him, like, think positive, think positive, think positive. I used to tell him positive things. And one day I was like, something happened to me. My sister got really sick, and I got crushed. Like I felt very bad, because she's the only one that I have.
Yeah.
Because I lost my sister, my older sister. So he was telling me the same words that I told him. And you know what I said?
What'd you say?
I told him, that's the reason why I told everything to you. Because, and not just to him, to everybody too. Because I know that those same words are gonna come back and hit me. And that point, like, bam, like, it's like the same words that I was cheering him, like when he was sad, to make him like feel positive and like excited and smile a little bit. So at that at that time I was crying, but it just like hit me, because it's the words that I told him.
Yeah.
He told them back to me, so I started laughing, and like I felt a little bit better. So
Those
that's why
people.
I tell everybody, spread positive vibes, positive words. Even if you don't like somebody, be positive. Don't worry if they don't like you or you don't like them. Just be positive with everybody.
You're damn
because
right, Bleydar.
that energy will come back to you.
You're damn right, Bleydar. I mean, you couldn't have said any better. And, you know, in this life, we may not always get what we want, but if we're kind and we work hard, good things will happen. I really believe that. And like you,
Yes.
especially this after this story you told me, I really it assures me more to keep believing in that. And
And then sometimes you have to think like big. You know, sometimes you have to always think big, because I think like people be like, no, don't think big and all that, and it's a scam and don't do that. No,
who gives a fuck what they think?
if you believe in something, you need to always think big, like so big, like you you will be like, no, I can't achieve that, that's too big. No, don't think like that. You have to think like you can achieve anything in this world, because you really can. Like, if this guy can do anything, he's no different than you.
No,
He's the
we
same
can't.
person.
No matter
Of course you can. It
as
might
long
be
as you
might
have a brain and that's
exactly.
operating and a soul that's operating, you could do it.
Yes, and then and if you can, like, I always say think big. Maybe you're not gonna reach on the top, but even if you reach in the middle, you will be fine.
Oh yeah, and hella respect if you hit it like that. Oh man.
So that's this is what I keep telling everybody. And then before, I used to always give everybody the best advice,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to take the bad advice myself. I used to get hurt, and every advice that I gave them, it worked. So now what I started tweaking a little bit. When I give somebody good advice, I take that first. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
I tell that to myself first. I do it myself first, then I tell everybody, and it has been working out so far.
I can see, man. I really can. We need more people like you, Bleydar. We need more people like you, and that's why I appreciate our friendship and you in this life, man. And I really think you're gonna. I think your story and your appearance here on the Productive Conversations podcast will really make an impact, and I thank you for it. So, you know, I guess we got a few minutes here. We've been talking for about an hour, 20 minutes. We've been killing it today, having some fun. And let me just end it off with some funny, lighthearted, random questions, as I normally do for you, as I normally text you a lot of random questions and stuff. I'll do that. So one of them, first things first. Who's your favorite soccer team out here? Which is, I know, something you were interested in talking about. Soccer's
Over
big.
team, AC Milan.
AC Milan. You know, I talked to somebody. He's my buddy Kavan was in the podcast. He was a big Man U fan. It was cool. He's from Jamaica, and he told me his story about getting to America and stuff. Like, world now. I saw Ronaldo had coronavirus. I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's sad, man. But
What about the stuff? I know what's his name? Messi was thinking of leaving his club.
yeah, he don't like staying there, but he's stuck there.
He's stuck there. Oh.
Yeah, because of the fucking president. Well, Barcelona is done. It's a done team. It's like dead team.
You don't think there's any chance? Because they had Neymar left, right?
Everybody left Barcelona. Now they need. They don't. They having problem with finances too, so they need to. They need to start from the bottom to the top again. They need to rebuild. Same problems is having Real Madrid. Their team sucks.
Who are the teams you to pay attention for and care about now? Who's on the rise for people who are trying to get into soccer?
So of course my team, AC Milan. We've been sucking for 3 years, but we are coming back.
I like that.
And I also watch Liverpool. Basically, I love EPL, English Premier League.
Yeah.
I watch Arsenal. I watch Liverpool, Chelsea. Those are the main teams, and Tottenham. You know, those are the main teams that I look. I also I've been watching Leeds. It's a new team that just came from relegation. Like, came from from the championship. Now they are in English Premier League.
Okay.
And they look very excited. They are doing like they are playing very well for a young team.
Let me ask you, Bleydar, do you think soccer can ever get big in the United States? Like, obviously, we know
Yes,
it's huge in the whole world, but do you think it could get on that level?
yes, and it's already getting big. Like Beckham has a team in Miami
Yeah.
Inter, and he's not the only one that has a new team. And they bring in big names. Ibrahimovic was here in
Yeah.
LA Galaxy.
Yeah, he bounced though, right?
No, now he's 39 years old. He's playing with AC Milan right now,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went to AC Milan.
and he scored 2 goals against Inter. Who Inter is like more advanced because they rebuilt their team even way before than AC Milan, and we beat them 2-1.
All right. Bleydar, are you good at soccer? You could show your skills.
Yeah, I used to play soccer. That was like my only hobby, fishing and soccer.
Oh, nice. I like to fish too,
Yeah.
actually. We have to go next summer.
You like fishing?
Yeah, I went only
I got
once
2
this
rods.
year. I won't. Oh, let's do it. I only went once this year on Long Island
Where
Sound.
do you fish? Where do you go?
On Long Island Sound, like on a boat with my buddy's boat. I only
Yeah,
went
we
once.
need to go, bro.
I only caught a sea robin, but I had to
Wait,
put it back. He was too
how
tiny.
do you go with the boat?
Oh, my buddy Connor just invited me, and I said, "All right, let's go."
Oh,
So
you like it? I got 2
we went deep
rods. I
sea
have never
fishing.
been.
So deep sea
Yeah, I
fishing
love
is what
that
we
too.
did.
I just don't love fishing sharks.
Dude, you saw Jaws, right? I'm sure you've seen Jaws before.
Yeah, that's why I'm afraid to swim in the US beaches.
That movie made you scared of
I
the
only
U.S. beaches, huh? Did Jaws make you scared of the
I
United
only
States beaches?
yeah. I only swim in pools here. I don't like
Really?
I may go to the beach, but I have never. I only swim once, and it was Orchard Beach in Bronx.
Yeah.
I went there once, and there were like 100,000 people swimming in there, and the water was like hot. So
Really?
you know what? Because I know how to swim. I grew up. The beach was like 100 feet away from my house.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, not here in Greece, back in Greece. So I grew up, of course, when you grow up in near the beach and you don't know how to swim, then I don't know what's wrong,
Mhm.
So I started swimming. I went a little bit further away, so the water gets more cold, so I can relax.
Yeah.
Because at the beach it was like hot because 100,000 people in there. And then the police boat came by and it's like, what you doing? Swimming? They'd be like, you have to go back. You cannot swim this far.
Oh.
It was not even that far. But I know,
man.
in the other side, they had a shooting range, like with guns,
Okay.
Orchard Beach in Bronx. So that's my first and last time that I swim in US.
Well, if you're down once it gets warm again, we could go out some swimming and see what's out there. Yo, man, it's just
we can go fishing too.
So, man, I guess definitely not opposed to that. I guess one last question I have for you. What's some of your favorite foods right now? What are you eating? What do you love to eat?
I love green salad.
Green salad.
I love French fries. I love chicken wings
Mhm.
and nuggets.
Oh man, that's such an American meal.
And of course, I love churrasco.
Churrasco. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a beef, but they call it like that because it's in Spanish.
Okay.
Spanish word.
What's the
Churrasco.
best place to eat in New York City right now? What are some of the best places to go eat?
In New York City.
Yeah.
I don't really like the food in New York City.
Really?
Because they like, I tried everywhere there, and most of the places that I've been to, the food. I'm picky with food, by the way.
I
It's
see.
like weird stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes I eat in Koreatown, but like they eat weird stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Yo.
in my preference, because there are people that love it, but I don't love that much.
Mm-hmm.
However, in New Jersey, the best place is PJ Chang,
PF
PF Chang,
Chang's. You love
PF
PF
Chang.
Chang's?
Yeah, and the New Jersey side.
Okay.
It's like you get in, it's like 5 stars restaurant.
All right.
I don't know in other places.
I
And
love it.
Edgewater. If you go in Edgewater, that's the best place.
I'll be on the
As
lookout
for
for those spots.
as for New York City, I don't know, but if you want to in Astoria, the best place is Gyro World.
Gyro World?
Yeah,
Go to
they make the
Gyro World in
best.
Astoria, Queens, and you'll be a
They
happy person.
they made the best gyro, and it's
All
not like
right.
the gyro that the Arabs make. It's like a real gyro.
Genuine. You're good. You're
Yeah,
good if you're
yeah,
that. Okay.
and I know you love trying food. I remember you had the MB review,
You know it,
and you
bro.
should keep doing that because I love it. I used to watch it a lot.
Bro, so just for anyone who doesn't know, MB Reviews is just me reviewing foods at local restaurants. It has to be local. The only time, and I just like do very eccentric and very, I would just explain a lot with what's going on. And the thing, I mean, I just haven't been able to do it because I haven't been in the city, and
Yeah,
so obviously once I
and
come
because
back,
of the quarantine,
so
and
I'm
because
still doing those when they come back, and I've gotten a lot of free coupons from doing local places. And I've been honest with
wow,
them too.
and not only
Schnippers
that, I think you should expand.
expand
I
to
should, yeah, strip. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember you getting strippers. Yeah, when you were working on night shoes, you
oh
used to go
yes,
on
yes. So I
lunchtime.
went to Schnippers and I gave him a bad review, and the guy would DM me 100 emoji. Yeah, I guess he was pissed off, but um, definitely my favorite place I've MB reviewed is the Nugget spot in the East Village. Hands down, best nuggets I ever had. Even though it's disgustingly
And
expensive, it's
that's
like $10 for
do you
six
know that?
nuggets.
Wow, but were they nice?
Oh yeah. If I was rich as
Then they
fuck,
worth
it
it.
wouldn't be. It would be. I'd be there. Wow, man.
They worth
So,
it then.
man, yeah,
I
we've
also
been
like Popeyes.
Popeyes. The only other thing the one of the few chains I actually reviewed the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and excellent.
I know. I saw it. My mouth was like getting watery when you were like, because you could not even fucking buy it. Everywhere I went, it's sold out, sold out, sold out. I'm like, what the fuck?
You
Why
can
the fuck you
easily
selling them?
you could easily get them now because that died out. But
Yeah, the vibe, it went away. The trend
yeah.
slowed down.
Let me tell you something, Bleydar. When I come back to New York, we're definitely doing an MB review together.
Yeah, I told you before. Not only that, but when I will teach you some tricks in website. Just like Jelp. You can also combine them together because I
Really?
know you do it. Yeah, like you can have a Jelp account and you can review stuff like not just local. You can just whenever you travel or you go somewhere.
Yeah. So like Yelp, like just anything, like anyone. People, I could.
Yeah,
Why
you
not?
can have an account there, and like you can build a following there, and then jump to your own website and stuff. And people love. I love watching stuff like that.
Hey, man,
Are
it's
you? I'm the first. I'm your first fan.
exact. You
I,
really
I kept
are.
pushing you
So
to do it more.
so I
And I
mean,
remember when I like when you stopped posting stuff, I was like, I will do something myself and just
yes, you
write
did.
BP review and tag you.
That's what I loved.
Remember?
I've loved it when you did that. That meant a lot. I think you ate some like
Yeah,
I think it
I
was Greek
tried to
food to be honest.
like wake you up.
Well, thank you for
Yeah,
that.
I
And
tried to do it to wake you up
I,
because like you stopped posting. I don't know something. You were going through some stuff back in those days.
yeah, for sure. I
So
was
I tried to cheer you up.
it meant a lot. You cheer you up, and that's one of the reasons why this podcast is here to always have something to cheer up for. And I will say, later, we've almost been hitting it for we've been in it for a good hour 45 minutes, and I really really appreciate the time you've done it, and you definitely. I mean, what have we learned? We learned about your first experience coming to America, how you got here from Albania to Greece to America. That is an insane
Yeah.
story. Adjusting to American life, figuring out the importance of being kind to other people, even if you don't know them. And this podcast is why I do this and why I have people like you in my life. And words can't describe my appreciation for what you have given me and my audience tonight. Thank you for it, man. Is there any other last words before we wrap it up tonight?
Yes. I love what you do. I love your MB review, and I also love the stories that you post in your blogs. Some people might be they don't know it.
Yes. I write
But,
I write blogs and short stories. You can find those at mattbrownblogs.squarespace.com, and I love it. I
and
appreciate you saying
I
those.
only wish you to keep doing it. Maybe you don't see anything, like you don't see any gain at the moment, but all this is like experience, and they're gonna help you to push higher. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can also combine all of this together
Oh
and,
yeah.
go up.
Now more than ever, when it comes to my content creation, whether it's my blogs, whether it's my podcasts, whether it's my short stories and any other little videos I make, I know every single time I am a step closer to my goals, and every single time I have
Yes.
something to gain from it. And it's from people like
As,
you and anyone on this
as,
wall that makes me remember and realize that.
as long as you keep your eyes at the destination, don't worry. Don't worry what's in front. Like, don't, like, when you get up on the stairs, you don't look the stairs that you're getting up. You look at your destination. So let's say you live in second floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that comes to your mind, I'm going to my house. Like, I'm going to my apartment. You don't look the stairs. So that's what I keep telling everybody. Like,
Don't look at the stairs. Just keep going.
but in the meaning is like, let's say the stairs are like obstacles. It can be up and down.
Yeah.
If you keep looking at the stairs like up and down, you're gonna get stuck there. But if you look like, I'm going to my apartment, you're always gonna get there.
You
So
are.
it's like, it's kind of like hard to explain it, but the meaning is like, keep your eyes focused on the goal, not on the obstacles, and because the obstacles are there to teach you something.
Exactly. Always focus on the goals and always go for it. You will get
Yes.
to your
And
destiny.
I loved when I saw the picture, that you bought the mic and everything. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. You
Oh
say it,
man.
you do it.
God bless you, Bleydar. Seriously, man. God bless you.
God
And
bless you too.
with that,
And
uh,
yeah.
you were saying, and we what?
No, this was like something personal, not to write here. But I was saying, like, soon we need to go, like, get a drink. Actually, I was planning last time when I had the GTI, but the fucking Corona hit, and then kind of like, it was like bullshit. Then they closed the bars, they closed the club, they
Yeah.
closed everything. So it was like fucked up.
Oh, we're getting a drink,
But yeah,
Bleydar.
we soon gonna hit
I'm
up.
gonna be in touch with that, and as we usually are. But I really will focus and make sure that happens. And you got even more to chop it up about. So with that, great way to end it
Talk
off.
about women and shit. Oh,
Yes, that is
proceed.
for
Later.
that's between you and me for
That's
that.
personal.
But damn, Blader,
Yeah.
you're great. You're a great guy, man. I fucking love you. You are an inspiration. Don't forget that, and you don't. And me, keep living by your words. Don't give up.
God bless you.
God bless you with that. With that, Bleydar, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you really, really soon, man.
Peace out.
All right. Peace out, dude.